Hey there, it's BitB, and welcome out to another BitB stream. Thanks for coming out. Sorry for the torture a little bit earlier. Don't worry, that video is on that only slide, so you guys should be safe for the most part. But anyways, we're playing a few more Hat in Time mods, considering I had a lot left over, as well as we have some major bit players that I need to get around to playing. Waka waka, pun not intended, bit. Okay, so I've only got one costume I gotta take a look at today. And it's a part of a set, so let's just go ahead and scroll down the list here. It's Tanuki stuff! Tanuki costume. And specifically, let me pull up the information on this particular mod. Tanuki costume, it was created by Crash. The art itself, it was based off of art that was done by Cake, who is like an artist who does a lot of Hat in Time mod stuff. And apparently Pink asked for like a redesign of a specific thing, so bada boom, bada bing. It's had a very, very long road trip to get to this point. So let's take a gander at the whole set, because it's got both a helmet, costume, and a stick to go with it all. Ooh, well, thank you very much for the subscription, Frostine. I appreciate it very much. And also, apparently I got an emote from you. Thank you for that as well. I'm not sure what those emotes are for. I wonder, like, what event is currently going on. But anyways, yeah, this is freaking adorable. I took a look at the end of the stick there. Yeah, this very much is the bat, except it's a stick. Pink says it was originally a cat outfit. Well, there we go. Yeah, take a look at big fluffy Tanuki tail. I feel like, I don't know. I play a lot of Mario, so I feel like I should be able to just like float in the air for a brief period of time, but oh well. Put on a different paint today, Bit. I'm sorry, I really like this paint. I mean, on top of that, to start out for this stream, we're actually not going to be looking at my costume all that much, considering we're going to be playing this. This is Danganronpa Trigger... Sorry, my introduction is complete garbage. Danganronpa Trigger Hattie Havoc, Trial 5. And this was done by Ryukaruki, and this is a part in a very large series that he's been doing. One that I have been lending a whole bunch of my my voice lines to, so... So if you're interested in me trying to throw my hands into doing, like, legit good voice acting, or something to that degree, take a look at that. Yeah, there's a new trial. He's currently working on the ideas behind Trial 6. He hasn't sent me a script just yet. But yes, this is Trial 5. Hopefully you guys are up to date on the other ones, because good lord, nothing's gonna make sense if you aren't. I'm off to Dead Bird to solve a murder mystery, again. Yay! Seriously, I just got back from this. A level based on Danganronpa games, okay, try to figure out the culprit. I think we know how that works. This level is a commitment, be prepared. Exactly. It's one level, no masks. The Rift collapse script was from Reversible Rift, leveled by Drunk Accordion and Fiddle for the Win. Thanks for using it in the public use. Thanks to Guzzbloon, Yoshimo, Happy Elm, and a lot of other people on the Discord for getting the HUD to work properly. Thanks to Sar Schultz for helping figure out how the outline function worked, and Crash for the cell shading. Very nice. I used Mixamo to get some of the custom animations used in this level. Danganronpa is published and developed by Spike Chunsoft Co. Limited. The background this time is Ape Escape, a consistent favorite of mine. Be prepared for a lot of it. Ape Escape is published and developed by Sony. Credits to the VAs for helping add another layer of quality to the mod. So here we are. There's my big ol' laundry list of lines. So I was the Snatcher, the Conductor, and the Science Owl. And then we have the Alpine Nomad, who is Monica Ward. Monica Ward has done a lot of voices within this, so big hats off to freaking Monica. Alpine Nomad, Mustache Girl, Cat, Seal, and Backer B. Backer A is Wolf Clock, Minion Tree Frog, Empress Tree Frog. Grooves was Classy Times, Greg Classy Times, Mafia Boss. Some of these might be like a little tiny eensy-weensy bit spoiler. I don't know. Let's just take a look at this. Matt Bar Thor, Mafia Boss Tom, Tarka. Manic Adobo has done 3 lines. Caw, Walter, Badge Seller, so like 3 characters there. Lots of freaking characters in this series. Holy freaking crap. So, and then X-Wasp did Goof, Nakaza, Penguin. No idea did voices for Queen Vanessa. Ruby is in this. Oh, Jesus. Spoilers. Detective Sand, Sandworm, and Fish Dude were done by Parafarx Archangel, sorry. And then spoilery credits. Oh, boy. Yep, okay, let's just go ahead and avoid those. So, yeah, we got a heck of a thing to take a look at here. And, like he said, bit of a long haul. I know that Ryuka's been doing a heck of a lot of work on just the voice, just a whole lot of the story aspects. And trust me when I say, just because I'm playing it here doesn't mean that you're going to see the entirety of what there is in this mod. There's a bunch of extra branching paths. There's a specific one that I know for sure. So, if you guys are interested in taking a look at this, I definitely recommend you go and check it out yourself. I will say... Oh, thank you, Milky Chips, for the follow. Now, I'm going to go ahead and call out the elephant in the room here. The previous installment that I did, which was part 4, I ended up losing the footage because that's one of the Hat in Time videos that ended up being lost when I deleted all those videos on accident. Whoopsie doodle. So this is going to be kind of a dramatic jump from one thing to the next, and it crushes me because I really like that playthrough. Ooh, very stylish so far. This trial's got cheats! Woo! Ryuka actually, came up to me and was just like, hey, do you want any cheats? Just so you can take a look at some cool things in the map. I'm gonna hold off on that. Let's just play this how it should normally be played. Want to enter a cheat code? Nope. Okie dokie. Keep an eye out for those cheat codes. There's a few scenes added before the trial to add some context. You should watch them at least once. Which scenes would you like to watch? Oh, absolutely. Oh, Milky is Chibi from the Discord. Well, hello, Chibi. How's it going?
Boss, we need to talk.
What about, darling?
Something wrong, darling?
I've been noticing something. It's been gradual, but I started noticing it. You've been getting more and more invested in these stress relief hobbies, like showers, dancing, the rec room, etc.
Is it a crime to shower? I'm sorry. Also, the voices are a tad bit quiet, but I can at least hear it, so okay.
What's wrong with that?
This might sound weird, but it's kind of like tolerance. The more you get used to something, the more you need for the desired effect.
You're making it sound like drugs.
Do you think I smoke a shower, sir?
That's what's bugging me. Are you okay? I mean, really okay. I worry that, well,
Spit it out, darling. I'm no mind reader.
It feels like you're trying everything possible to deny what's happening around us.
Sometimes that's the best way to just get through time in life. Just plug your ears and pretend it doesn't exist.
I gotta keep myself sane somehow.
I know, but what if something happens?
Chris, is that a shower? I'm calling the police. 911.
Like what?
Well, you're close to your little divas. When Hackett died, your time doing this stuff spiked. What if the other one gets killed?
I'd rather not think about it.
No. The glorious Bo Kid. She must not die. She is ultimate diva.
Darling, I'm not saying you're wrong. In fact, I know you're right. But what am I supposed to do?
Take time to mourn. Slow down and process it first. Grief has 5 stages, and to get to acceptance, you need to go through everything else.
Kind of difficult to do that when people are dying left and right in these trials.
I really don't want to.
Oh yeah, Hat Kid died.
Feel terrible.
But I don't want to feel bad. Man, I don't know. That does feel like a DJ Grooves thing. Where it's just like, no, I gotta keep up the momentum. No! I can't let my fro get all fuzzed.
I know, it sucks. But that's what you gotta do.
Technically, you don't have to do anything. It comes down to the person itself. It's like, she died, but it was premeditated because of the plot. Yep. Like I said, the plot in this one is thick. If you didn't see the previous chapters, you're probably going to be confused. Technically, Hat is alive, just somewhere else.
I'll, be, thinking, then. I'll be in the, my room, I guess.
It's almost like he almost has like a southern accent. Just a little bit. Yeah, Ryuka mentioned she died so she can respawn outside to fix the problem. So she used her super, like, you know, for, like, FPS playable character powers to be able to spawn outside of the area. Anyways, that was scene 1. Let's take a look at scene 2. Ooh.
I'm going in. Screen for me if Boss looks like he's wrapping up.
Got it.
What? Hello. You have a camera badge on. Several minutes are passing. Oh shoot, that's bad. There's nothing I could have done to save. Uh-oh. What? Who? Where? Why is he making those two fight each other? And what's taking the subconite so long?
I got the other timepiece of the contract. Let's run.
On it.
Was he close to wrapping up?
No, he's making those two fight each other.
Do you know who the Blackened is?
Yeah, I never thought of using a camera badge to spy on people before.
That badge is useful for more than just taking artsy pictures with friends.
Yeah, but that's the fun way to use it. Alright, so yeah, Subconite and the Nomad are currently doing some reconnaissance. Let's take a look at scene 3.
Alright, kid. How about we try opening a giant hole leading to the ocean and drowning everything down there?
Oh my god. Oh, by the way, I should mention, again, I have read the script and I do know the spoilers for where the plot is going, but there are a lot of people's lines that I skirted past or tried not to pay attention to. So anything that doesn't have my characters in it, you can pretty much be certain that I probably don't know anything about that particular part of the plot. I don't know. I'm gonna miss some jokes because some jokes... You're pretty sure the cats dragging the trains don't deserve it.
Maybe taking a metric ton of TNT in there, and then we sit back and watch the fireworks.
Again, cats dragging trains.
Cutting them off from the rest of the world until they die of starvation.
They're self-sufficient enough to have food vendors every inch. They must have a ton of crops.
Kidnapping the leader for ransom.
Good luck with that. Empress's claws are a one-hit kill.
Lava.
Same as the first one, but worse.
Getting sand everywhere until it's too uncomfortable to live there.
I mean, sand is coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere. I think I've made that joke several times over the course of me streaming for like the last 3 times I've streamed. Cleaning cat vacuums. Oh, shoot.
Throwing Vanessa in there.
No!
Asking nicely.
She's out of ideas.
How are we supposed to kill the accuser like this? Every idea I throw out for the past hour was shot down.
Oh, wow, it really was that long.
Okay, break. I could use some fun right now after all that talking. Seriously? I don't know how noticeable it is, but my throat kinda hurts a little.
Couldn't even tell an inch. You'd recommend annoying Snatcher by yelling at the cameras, but he muted them because Mustache Girl kept yelling full blast at them. Maybe a race in the gym will make her feel better. Like, running from one side to the gym to the other a few laps. Doing that in a pool was kind of fun, too.
You know what? Sure, let's race. Just so you know, I won't go easy on you.
They both decide to head for the gym. And of course there's someone dead in there.
Hold up a second.
What?
I said, hold up.
Oh dear, we got a dead penguin.
Okay, now you can look at the bodies.
What? Why do we have to wait? Uh-oh. Bo-Kid sees the bloodstains.
A body has been discovered in the gym.
Oh no!
Okay, so
And also, yes, that tie does look very familiar.
Another body was discovered in the gym.
wait, why'd that go off twice?
2 bodies. Shoot! We didn't notice that during trial 4.
Ugh. That would have saved so much time. All right, let's investigate these losers and get it over with.
Who else saw the body?
We'll figure that out later.
So, yep, something's dead. Specifically 2 things. Trial, start. Another trial, let's see how this goes. Maybe I'm making an assumption, but you've heard of, watched, or played Danganronpa before, right? Or played through, oh my god, yeah, Jesus, so much. Actually, if you haven't yet, you probably should start there, because this is the second to last trial. You're missing about 2/3 of the plot. I can't stop you, but still, you've been warned. On to the part where 2 bodies were discovered. Again, that's the 3rd time that happened in a row. What's wrong with everybody? Here's how the incident played out as far as we know. The owl and penguin were found in the gym, dead. Mustache Girl and Bow Kid discovered this several hours after it happened. The primary suspects are the conductor and the grooves, the 2 remaining birds. There's also Hat Kid's adventures outside of court, which I recommend you look at since it's part of the plot, but it's optional in case you already saw it. Oh yeah, we know, they're currently snooping around and doing stuff. Want to see what she's up to? Sure, why not? How's the anime hat child doing? The Science Owl expresses don't feel very different.
Why does the atmosphere feel less alive than usual?
'Cause everyone's dead. Which is odd considering the place is 75% less brown. Timmy points at the screen in the room they're in.
An emergency warning. This graphic implies... Oh, for Peck's sake.
In the event of horrible, stabby catastrophe, bring in the crows. Was someone murdered on the train again? Because apparently shapeshifters confusing the cops and killing people was kind of a well-known issue in beta timelines.
I'd really rather not remember that.
Yep, the crow voice actor's pretty good. I don't have the gruff in my voice or any kind of depth. I mean, I do to an extent, but not enough that I could cover the crows.
Yeah, all we need to do is call the front of the train.
Timmy hooks onto the switch above. Wait, isn't that the self-destruct switch?
What? No. The self-destruct button's on the front of the train. Isn't it?
What? Editors note the original version of the train rush had the switch activate a communication to the front of the train, and the train operator would answer, "Mistake Hat Kid for Mustache Girl who harassed him earlier, did you?" Okay, I'm just gonna, I'll follow along with it.
What went wrong in the Ferris wheel now?
Hello? That's not my voice, what do you... Wait, that sounded like... It's not exact, but isn't that...
Oh, it's just the lad with the brown cap. Get to the front of the train. We've got a problem.
Who are you? We're invited to the front of the train. Why?
Did someone get murdered at the front of the...
Oh, shit.
He's still breathing.
Quick! Shove food in his mouth! That should heal him! Where's Cooking Cat?
All right, what did you burn this time?
The sewing.
How do you keep destroying everything? It's almost impressive.
Oh, for the love of... Don't we have any medic?
Hello? A is standing right here. Did you forget he was our healer last time?
You kind of forgot they existed. Shit.
Wow. Rude.
It's fine, B. I mean, we are kind of just background characters.
I know, but I still want us to be treated less like generic speechless NPCs that do nothing. Yes, I know.
Is that TF2
literally our
Spy?
entire purpose
No,
in
not
this
quite.
game,
It's
but
Backer B.
It still stinks, okay?
You thought we were over fourth wall jokes by Trial V3, but unfortunately, no. Oh, Ryuka says Backer A. Sorry, my brain.
Guys, I'm still dying.
Oh, right.
What exactly happened here, fellow train conductors?
Conductors?
We don't know. He was too injured to talk without risking dying.
What? But double the pecknecks.
And dying around here recently hasn't been normal. When someone dies, it's like they're a different person.
Some of the owls seem like they don't know a thing about science after they died.
That's some very good Scottish accents. Holy shit. Why are there two of them, and why are they wearing those collars?
I'm assuming you don't know about them, if that's how you react.
Lassie, you solved the murder last time, right?
We were there.
Oh, it's timepiece related. In that case, we haven't met yet, have we? Name's Walter. This is Greg.
Ah, those guys.
There's
What?
usually 3 of us, but Red's missing.
You know, it's interesting that this entire thing is a really good educational thing. Like, this is a really good educational tool to teach people what was going on within the beta. Editor's note, Murder on the Science Express originally had more suspects. 3 of them were Red, Greg, and Walter, the train's conductors, all of which are siblings. So, yes, instead we only got 1 peckneck for this game.
Isn't he conductor number 5, though?
We don't talk about that.
Oh, good, Time Lord, there's 5 of them. Wait, better bring that up later. We got a murder to solve.
I know what we can do.
Oh, hello.
All right, let's get this thing started.
Why are we
Oh,
doing it
please.
like this?
Who are these people?
Why are... We don't need the trial... Okay. Alright, now, trial legit. Let's do this thing. Who are these people? Show me the evidence. So we do have some evidence to take a look at. Oh, why not? Let's see. Who are these people that keep on dying? Characters are as follows. Hat Kid is the ultimate acrobat. She's also the main character. She's just not the main character of this half of the story. Bo Kid's the ultimate fashionista. Not secretly a crazy lady despite the talent. Cause the ultimate detective. Let's see if he screws it up a second time in the B-plot. The Moon Penguin is the ultimate bodyguard. They're dead. That sucks. The Goofy Mafia is the ultimate conspiracy theorist. He's on the other side of the plot now. Mustache Girl is the ultimate vigilante. She's impulsive and headstrong, likely to either steer everything in the right direction or completely derail it. Her moodiness has mostly dissipated. The Science Owl is the ultimate scientist. Hails from the beta timeline. His work was not done yet. Perhaps more time could have allowed him a major contribution, but honestly, it's surprising the weak and quiet nerd lasted this long. The Tourist is the ultimate photographer. His current whereabouts in the colliding worlds is unknown. You know, the Tourist has always been a gigantic question mark to me. Just like, is your character development literally only that darn Steve? I don't... Ryuka says, I wish I did something more interesting with the penguin. Well, I don't know. The penguin's dead. It doesn't take long to assume he's on the moon since he keeps talking about it. Oh, yeah, I love going to the moon. That's it. The Nomad is the ultimate mountain climber. They've willingly teamed up with the Subconite to screw over Snatcher without him knowing as much as possible. The Subconite is the ultimate minion. They work for the Snatcher after signing a contract. He now has possession of said contract, but now is not the time to dispose of it. The Badge Seller is the ultimate salesperson. Their knowledge of badge effects from selling so many could have helped so much more. Timmy's the ultimate cut content. He's apparently the main character to the B-plot of this weird story. Can be heard by other non-main timeline characters. The Boss of the Mafia is the ultimate survivor. Came back as the beta version, probably already getting nagged by Empress about how much he sucks at organizing crime. I am back, I have full body. The Conductor is the ultimate drama king. He better be in his element or he's super flocked right now. Pack off, you loser. DJ Groups is the ultimate celebrity. Current mental stability is set to questionable due to this incident. Cooking Cat's the ultimate cook. Is in charge of making sure the seals don't burn the town down making chocolate milk. How? Why? Ryuka says there's actually a dev commentary type thing in this thing as a cheat code. Ooh, nice. The Snatcher, hi, is the ultimate attorney. Is as sketchy as ever. Is not aware that he's being betrayed. That's all the people. So let's take a look at the evidence because that'll probably tell us a thing or two about what the solutions to all this craziness are. The gym's, oh yeah, the gym's condition where everything was dead. The gym/auditorium had been extremely damaged. as if a natural disaster blew through and broke everything. It looked like it was hit with several wrecking balls and sliced repeatedly. Sliced. We got some luminol. Luminol and backlight. Blood traces were found in the laundry room, the incinerator, the infirmary, the 4th floor hall. Dude, it's so much blood! And the auditorium. There's a lot in the infirmary, as well as a lot of unaccounted for blood packs. Might be usable even in court. Somebody's just having a blood party. Anyway. Okay, the first thing I'm imagining, if anybody has ever seen, oh shoot, what's that one Ben Stiller movie? The one where he's like the model. Please help me. I'm terrible at the names of movies and stuff. But you know, like the gas station scene? Where like they get to the gas station and start spraying the gas on everybody as they're currently fueling up. That's what I'm thinking, except with blood packs. Why male models? I mean, hey, why not male models? Anyway, motives. Several motives were thrown at the survivors, including money, leaking dirty secrets, revenge, starvation, traitors, and killing everyone if they don't hurry the peck up and kill someone already. 2 weeks passed since Cooking Cat died, and now he's getting antsy waiting for another kill. Oh, it's Zoolander! Thank you, Kippy. Jesus, my brain. Peck says blood tastes good. Remind me never to allow you anywhere near any of my cuts. Oh yeah, by the way, I actually, oh god, I recently cut myself shaving. Like, I've got a pretty good razor, but it's what's it called? I don't know, the trimmer edge, the one that's like just a single sheet of blade on like the end of it. I nicked myself while I was trying to use that. It's not the easiest thing in the world to use that thing, and also it's very easy to accidentally cut yourself with it. Tastes like metal. Snatcher file. The penguin and owl were both confirmed dead in the 1st floor auditorium. The cause of death was stabbing for the owl and strangulation for the penguin. Time of death were both around 1:31 p.m. Yeah, Ryuka says, shaving sucks because your razor keeps yanking the hairs, but it's better than a scratchy beard. I kind of agree with that. Okay, I'm not going to be dropping any specific sponsors or anything, but there is a particular, especially in this day and age where we're currently dealing with the social isolation situation, I do get my razors through the mail through a very specific company that I'm not being sponsored by, so I won't be saying their name. But I'll say it's very nice to have fresh razors. Anyway, here's the class trial rules. These tend to come up every once in a while, and it's so difficult for me to remember them. But anyways, the class trial rules are as follows. Number 1, no leaving the building. Why, dear? I told people I was gonna... for fuck's sake, there's a reason why I said no. But anyways, number 2, some areas are off limits from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. Number 3, you may only sleep in designated rooms, like a dorm room. Sleeping anywhere else is a violation. Addendum, being drugged isn't the same thing. Do not bring this up again as evidence, it won't work. Number 4, you can roam the building with minimal restrictions. Ryuka says, I wonder if anyone noticed the dancing sprites on those platforms. Yeah, I did kind of notice that. You got a bunch of monkeys going on. And something else. Number 5, no attacking the Snatcher. Number 6, killing gets you blackened. Avoid everyone knowing you did it to leave. Announcements are made when 3 other people find out. The culprit does not add to the counter. 7, survivors must attend the trials. 8, no breaking into locked rooms. 9, save some for everyone. Culprits can only kill 2 or less people. 10, accomplices get nothing out of this. Only the MYURDERER. 11, in the event multiple murders occur, the only one that matters is the first killer, as there can be only one blackened. The latter killer will essentially be pardoned. The only exception is killing the blackened, as that person will become the new blackened. So many rules, holy crap. Oh shoot. Did you try to post a link, Ryuka? Sorry, I have not cleared you through Streamlabs. But anyways, so there's the rules. Anything else? Yes, some accounts and stuff. Mustache Girl was hanging out with Bo Kid most of the day, including when the murders happened. They were discussing how to deal with Empress once they get out of here. No good ideas were made, but at least they got to complain about people they hate. She discovered the bodies with Bo-Kid around 5:20 p.m. and noted that the announcement went off twice in a row. Alright, now we got Groove's account. According to a very volatile Grooves, Conductor killed both of the birds and is trying to pin it on him. He seemed on the verge of a mental emotional breakdown. Goddamn. Snatcher's account. Snatcher claims the camera system of the building lets him easily see who is where at any given time of the building. He failed to mention the part about the spa, but he doesn't want anyone getting ideas. Too late, the Minion and Nomad are already doing that. And they're currently in cahoots. Eventually, he'll hit the mute button so he wouldn't have to hear Mustache Girl complain all the time. Yeah, I remember. We mentioned that. Yeah, you could use the Discord as an alternative if you want to. Oh, your mod encrypted the necro... I don't know. Actually, you know what? Maybe no, because that's not very related to anything else going on. Oh, I don't know. Let me sit on that one. But anyway, let's see. Some more stuff. Yes, there's even more. Frayed wire. Grooves' mic wire is partially frayed at the center. There's even more! A knife was found partly melted in the incinerator, likely a MYURDERER weapon. Everyone received a letter asking to meet in the gymnasium early afternoon, detailing important topics relevant to each person, with suspicions and paranoia of traitors listening in. Mustache Girl knocked on Bo-Kid's door to confirm she wrote hers, tipping both of them off that the letters were faked to lure them into a trap. The birds didn't seem to figure that out. Oh no, the birds are so dead. Yeah, let's talk about the letters. Everyone received a letter asking to meet in the gymnasium early afternoon, detailing important topics relevant to each person, with suspicions and paranoia of traitors listening. Yeah, actually, no, yeah. Where's my brain? Of course, I just read the letters. Broken machine. A machine part lying in the gym. Nobody really knows what it is, so it's safe to assume it's the owls. A closer inspection reveals several internal functions in it, like a calculator, a clock, camera, a music player, and other common functions you'd see on modern phones. Unfortunately, it's broken, so a lot of them cease function. Shoot. Yeah, Ryuka's asking if anyone here has played Ape Escape. I have not. I'm trying to remember if Ape Escape was on anything other than PlayStation. In fact, I think I had a conversation with you once about it, and yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I would not have played. The Penguin's music player. The Penguin's headphones are always connected to this. How he can hear anyone with them on is uncertain. The MP3 was still on when Bo-Kid and Mustache Girl found it and investigated it. Mustache Girl brought it with her to the courtroom as evidence. That's so unfortunate. There's a lot of games that I kind of missed out on because they were on specific consoles. Alright, so we have all the evidence in hand, and we know all of the bit players here, so let's do it. Emperor says, I can roll my R's, but my sister can't do it, and it drives her up the wall when I say, MYURDERER. I can only barely roll my R's, so I understand that. Frosting said, my sister would immediately disown me, and I would die in 3 days if I said peck. Just say peck. Who cares? Peck, 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 peck.
Another double, huh? Can I just say how dumb you guys were for not noticing I only made one announcement last time?
Get lost, Snatcher. Some of us are trying to solve a mystery here.
Too bad. I'm the judge. Deal with it.
It's probably a waste of time, but you recommend going over everyone's alibi, even though you are extremely certain who the culprit is.
The two of us were making crime-destroying plans at the time, so we can vouch for each other. What about the rest of you?
I get it.
Well, that was incredibly uninformative. What were you doing at the time?
Well, could I plead to the fifth?
Please don't tell me you were stuck on the can.
Well...
Can you even poop?
Never mind. Next!
Wait, he's undead. Exactly! Can he even poop? Never mind. You don't care and you don't think it's him. Moving on.
I say...
I knew they'd hit that topic. I was pacing the hallways thinking about the desert. I still don't really understand why I'm remembering living in a desert near a factory that makes pumpkins.
And I was... me and...
I caught you trying to pin this on me!
What? You were trying to pin this on me!
Well, now you know you've got a 50-50 shot of guessing correctly. You bet Conductor did it.
Wait, why?
Because he's a meandering bastard, that's why. Oh! Hello, the wheel's back. And also, I don't know if that audio can be, Hangman's Gambit!
Hi, everybody. Feeling good?
Ah, Vanna White!
I thought that was gridiron.
Editor's note for American players, gridiron means American football, not soccer, because that's called football in literally every other country. Yes, we are very backwards here in America. We just call things whatever we feel like. Ding, ding, ding. Uh-oh.
This time around, our category is thing. All the following letters R, S, T, L, N, E are where you now see them. Pick 3 consonants and a vowel.
Ah.
This America's game is boring. When can I tackle people and kick things?
In order to preemptively prevent frustration, the option to skip is here. Also, do not type 4 vowels. You only get 1. If you type a vowel when you should have typed a consonant, you'll be punished by having it not register. Same for the opposite case. No, we will not skip it. Let's just give this a shot. Shoot. I'm gonna... Oh, wait. What am I allowed R? I don't know if I am. Let's go with... Y. J? I don't know. F. Why the heck not? Pick a vowel. I'm gonna go with A. Good luck. Hurry up, though. You're almost out of time. Oh, shoot. Alright, I know that last word is assault. I'm trying to remember what the top word could possibly be. Peanut assault? I don't... Horrible peanut allergy? At first, I thought it was like weather assault. I'm like, who controls the weather? 3 Ds were in the first word. Oh, okay. Oh, shit! That's why I couldn't figure out the word. Because it's a proper name.
Congratulations. Thanks for playing. Here's your grand bonus prize of $25,000.
Yay! I can buy all of the, Oh, shoot, I'm on a diet. What can I buy? You know, screw it. All the pizza.
What the heck is this papery stuff?
It's money.
Money? What?
What? You what, mate? God, speaking of sweets, I need to chomp into some that I currently have. Which, by the way, I'm finishing off the last of these little truffles that I bought. 70% cacao. I'm gonna miss them. That is until I go back to the store and immediately buy another bag.
They're bonds, but paper is only used in the metro.
That sounds pretty useless.
What if I told you there's a hat that lets you throw money bombs?
Do I have ramen? I do, but I'm attempting to try and avoid sugar a little bit right now.
I love money! Did Conductor do something? Something in the basement?
I'm the one who sold this on me.
What?
You trying to pin this on me?
She should tell you if she already knows what happened. She was down. What is happening?
He tried murdering you over the timepiece, right?
Yeah, why was she down there?
Looking for timepieces.
Looking for timepieces, obviously. You noticed? There's a whiteboard drawing in the Deadbird studio basement. They're arguing in the background. I was just like, glitch or feature? Glitch or feature? Cast your vote now!
I caught you trying to pin this on
That's really interesting, but we should probably focus on the trial.
Probably break up their argument first.
On it.
Yes, please. I can't follow anything.
I'm not ready.
Shut your... I don't know. Okay, so we can get started now.
Let's get the BDA part over with first. The two of us activated it. That means one witness is unconfirmed. Nomad, Minion. Did either of you see it?
I didn't know.
Neither did I.
This means the witness is either Grooves or Conductor. Just like last time, you have a choice in music based on the background. Would you like full Danganronpa, full Ape Escape, or a mix when I deem appropriate? I kinda like the vibes going on with Danganronpa at the moment. Real quick, I've run out of water in this bottle, so I'm going to run that direction, and I'll be back in a moment. I have more dough currently resting in my fridge, and it makes me happy. Yeah. Oh, actually, that's a funny thing. I recently had my brother over at the house the other day, and conveniently, I was making pizza that day, and yeah, he got to like experience firsthand the work that I've been doing on, you know, the whole crust thing. Just like, wow, okay, you're doing pretty good for yourself. In the entire time that you have been in quarantine, you have been learning and perfecting how to make the most baller pizza ever. I'm like, thank you. Because, yeah, he even just taking a look inside the oven as it was cooking, he's like, dude, that's freaking legit. I'm like, thank you, yes. It is a pizza. Anyway, I forget whether or not Ape Escape has any kind of issues related to Content ID. It's Sony, so that's one gigantic question mark. So yeah, just because I know Danganronpa is the safe option, I'm gonna go with Danganronpa as the music background. Sure, why fix what's not broken? Five Nights at Snatcher's. Can you imagine Snatcher as the phone guy?
Grooves is the culprit.
No, I'm not. You're the one that killed both of them.
I'm the one who saw what he did. I saw him strangle the life out of the penguin.
I would never do that. Why would I so much as lay a flipper on him?
We should get involved, or else we won't be able to get a word in edgewise.
It seems like they're trying to frame each other.
Regardless, we need to figure this out. Surely something was left behind when trying to clean themselves and their evidence up.
Better decide soon, or they'll start screaming at each other again.
Let's see. Wait a minute. Yeah, clean themselves. Knife? Motives? Okay, no. Maybe not clean themselves. I think that's actually the positive ones. Okay, let me see. Killed both. Strangle the life out of them. Let me see. Strangle? Oh, wait a minute. Frayed wire.
Okay, did it.
Hello. Ooh, nice shatter.
Okay, so we know the penguin was strangled, right?
Oh,
Do we
no.
know the murder
Did
weapon?
somebody get a garrote?
Conductor must have used his bare hands.
Then why is that wire of yours frayed in the center?
It was damaged when he attacked me.
Let me get a closer look.
Sure.
It's probably a lot easier to get around considering, you know, it's not plugged into anything anymore.
It's definitely the murder weapon.
How could that be? I didn't kill anyone.
Ryuka says, are the new character sprites with shading and grit and stuff better or worse? I like the shading and the grit. I think it turns out pretty good.
Sorry, but the wire looks like the murder weapon. I know what marks like these mean.
Because you strangle people a lot?
Because I strangle bad people a lot.
That still incriminates you, ma'am.
See, he's the killer. Any objections?
I swear I'm telling the truth.
Hold on. We still gotta...
Wait! Before you all start accusing me...
I wasn't, but go ahead.
There's some evidence that should illuminate what really happened. There's no way two people die and wouldn't leave behind a lot of it.
Oh, very well. Bring on the evidence, Magic Man.
Okay, hold up. Does anyone else see something wrong with this picture?
We're currently in a pink hotel. What the... Why does the trial ground keep changing? Because clearly Ryuka is bored.
Has this happened before where it just changed mid-trial?
Yeah, about 4 times. It was mostly the floor and walls, so I thought there was some trick to it.
Casino City from Ape Escape 2. Very nice.
That's weird.
Let's just throw it to the, I'm trying to think of some good excuses. Like, let's just make it the excuse of, oh yeah, the time's collapsing on each other. Yep, that's the reason.
Is that supposed to happen? Sure.
You don't sound certain.
Yeah, I'm the one responsible for this. Do you doubt what I'm capable of?
He's totally clueless too. So, back to the court, you think? I don't know, most of this game tends to stem from just the whole, like, time shifting kind of thing.
The gym must have something.
It looks like you decided to have a fireworks show and it's so damaged.
Hey, my power techniques are perfectly safe.
Your burns say otherwise.
Can I ask how the four of you went to the gym in the first place?
Wait.
The gym at that time? Uh-oh. But that time. I remember that. The letters. You got letters too. So who sent the letters? It must have been one of them.
When you say that time, do you mean 1:30?
Ryuka says I'm using time travel more than base game does, it seems.
1:30 p.m.?
Your letter reads as follows. Kid, I think our crime-ruining plans are being listened in on by the traitors. Let's meet up secretly at the gym around 1:30. We'll take down the Empress and Mafia boss, no matter what. Says Mustache Girl. You assume it was fake because it was a letter, which is easy to fake, especially if you don't pay attention to someone's handwriting, which you assume most people don't.
Mine was pretty similar. Mustache Girl, I think the traitors are listening in to us. Let's meet up secretly at the gym around 1:30. We can discuss it further there. Bo Kid. The handwriting was a match too.
How did you confirm it was a trap beforehand?
I knocked on a bedroom door and asked. If it's real, we can reschedule. No big deal. But if it's fake, I'm walking face first into a death trap.
My letter was pretty similar, but it was also kind of bland.
What did it say?
Nomad from the Alps. Seriously? Nobody calls me that. I think someone is planning murder. Let's meet up secretly at the gym around 1:30. We can discuss it further there. Anonymous.
That's pretty bad.
It's almost as if they had no idea what to write to get me to go there.
It's almost like the birds had no idea what a nomad even was.
You both fell for it, didn't you?
Yes.
You're trying to keep in mind that you have yet to go over the second murder weapon, but don't want to interrupt the flow.
Okay, will figuring this out help us solve the case?
Maybe cross-referencing the handwriting can help us figure out who it was that set this up. If it was any of us, it'd be suspicious.
The minion has been receiving stolen mail for a while, so he might have everyone's handwriting.
I mean, I'm not stealing letters. What are you talking about? Sure. Do it.
Do it? Wait, are you trying to say that it wasn't you?
The minion dumps a bunch of mail on the floor, and everyone except the directors pitch in because they're suspicious.
So that's where my letter about ordering a lava cake went. I was wondering why it never showed up.
I want lava cake! Someone give me a lava cake! You found your network party invite code that you wrote down and sent to Hat Kid.
Why did you make your password the F word?
Because flock off, that's why.
Okay, I know you're trying to be funny, but I don't find that funny.
Snatcher, this death threat mail was for the Mafia!
Yeah, you really should have checked that before giving it to me.
Oh, whoops.
Wait, didn't I send this? I thought I sent this letter.
Double whoops.
Oh.
Found one from Deadbird! It's from Grooves.
I found one with conductor's name at the bottom.
Found a match yet?
Ah? You're not seeing anything close enough to this handwriting.
Shoot, they might have all shorter than normal way of riding it to throw us off.
Okay. So how could we subvert their thoughts?
I got a match.
Really?
What?
Whose handwriting is it?
The other three crowd around the nomad.
Well, we're waiting!
Wait, this is my chores list.
What? But that doesn't match the letter he wrote.
Did he fake writing that letter? No. Check the back. Finish these before the end of the week or your contract will expire?
Snatcher wrote this!
Snatcher? What the heck did you do?
Uh-oh.
I didn't kill anyone. I just figured you should all spend some time together in the gym. Some very violent time in the gym. Haven't I been giving motives this whole time?
You've been hiding things for as long as I've met you. I doubt that's all there is to it.
Oh
So
no!
you claim you were inside of
B-plot.
the TV,
Yeah, dude.
and you followed the owl out into here,
That's totally what happened, dude.
and you have no idea how you wound up in there in the first place.
The mystery is not how we got here.
Good lord, look at that man.
Are these guys on bird seed or something?
I don't know what's worse, the stab wound or the fact they never shut up.
Oh, poor Al.
Alright, this is going nowhere, and I'm starting to get bored. When do we get to the part where we shoot people with the truth already? Wait a minute, I'm a fourth wall breaker. I can just make a segment.
See, we can't keep breaking the fourth wall during mandatory story segments. Nobody will be able to take this seriously.
We just got past trial 4. I think we could use some fun right now.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah, let's ruin the tone.
I feel like I'm going to have regret encouraging this.
Let's shoot
What the heck's that?
everything!
What? Shoot, huh?
Oh god.
What's happening? Oh, good lord, exactly. Twisted timelines, rolling thunder. Hello, what? Whatever, who cares about the plot? We're here to just have fun and do something stupid.
Wait, hey! See ya!
Let's see.
Come on, Grooves, you can do
I can shoot this thing a heck of a lot.
This is why I get peckin' frustrated.
Oh, jeez. Out of my pecking way. Zippity zap.
Well, thank you.
Kill them all.
Now that's just
How
plain
am I going
reckless.
to talk my way out of this one?
Dark it is.
But you can't hide.
Run! You think you've beaten me?
I'm starting to get the hang of the
maybe for now.
cannon a little bit.
You need to
It's high school all over again.
The problem is they're all still in front of me, so it's difficult for me to be able to win.
Don't have the
My skills are sharp and crazy, yeah?
My driving shame.
Here, can I sniper from the back?
Girl did it.
Darling, watch the paint.
If I
Come back here and let me
through
through.
Wow. What?
No.
You just
Nullphobic says, yeah, this definitely isn't running on my computer.
Violet, excuse me, darling.
Oh, jeez, what happened?
Know it.
And now we're over here. Oh, God, we're taking a shortcut.
This is the place.
Blondes have the
I'm killing a lot of freaking people.
This way.
Heck, please.
There, but toasty Steve. Where's the duct tape?
Coughs and robotic.
This is why I get peckin' frustrated.
Wait, what the heck?
That's not right.
Mustache girl, why?
It's fun!
Anyways, what did I miss?
Oh, you've returned from your daydreaming. I believe I should introduce myself again.
Oh no. I should have paid attention.
Hello, Vanessa.
Well, I guess we're not contributing much to this trial. What did we miss for the past couple minutes?
Well, Queen Vanessa showed up to lodge a formal complaint, and Greg jumped out a window.
Huh?
Excuse me, but I'd like to lodge a formal complaint.
Wait, who the peck is that? Is that the queen of the Subcon Forest?
Oh yes, the...
Non-existent.
Well, that was an unpleasant reaction.
You don't say.
Greg winds up back on the train because of hat and time logic for falling long distances.
I was hoping to lodge a formal complaint.
How about we all stop the train instead? I think the next stop is just ahead.
Why? The nearest station isn't for another half hour, isn't it? terrible to walk all this distance in such an arid location. I think I'd feel safer in the train.
Preemptive editor's note, Hat in Time had some coarser language in the earliest builds of the game that used a few choice words. Oh, no.
Shit!
Gotta get down to that T rating.
And irritating.
Oh, hey, we're back to the trial.
Unfortunately, it doesn't change anything. You still killed the penguin, as far as everyone else knows.
Says the guy who tried murdering a child in the studio basement. I have never done a single thing wrong. All you ever do is hurt people.
Are we ever going to ask what exactly they did today?
Yeah, you both claim to be innocent. So what were you doing that makes you both innocent?
Well, I was assaulted by the conductor in the gym, and I went to the infirmary to patch myself up.
You mean to get blood to throw on me?
In my defense, he threw it first.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
Jesus, you're both bickering children.
Okay, so you admit you were both in the infirmary and are the reason there was so much blood in there?
I apologize for that, darling.
So they did literally have a blood fight. This was just the gas station fight, except blood packs. Got it. Okay, what did they do next?
I went to my room to shower the blood out of my feathers and hair. After that, I went to the laundry room to clean my jacket. I can't just toss it out. These clothes are expensive.
And I left me bloody clothes in my bathroom after I took a shower to get the blood off me.
Groves is likely telling the truth. We found blood in the laundry room. But that doesn't explain the fourth floor hallway having a blood stain, or the incinerator having blood in it.
All right, so we now must figure out why. All right, now this is it. Oh, the background! I swear to God.
Someone's lying about what they were doing.
I was definitely in the laundry room the whole time. I have to take care of that jacket.
You could easily have done something while you waited for it to finish. What were you doing on the 4th floor?
I wasn't on the 4th floor. Why would I go up several floors just to throw blood at a hallway?
What about the incinerator?
It'd be a great place to burn evidence. I bet he lied about his clothes and just threw them in there.
Are his clothes in there?
If they were, they'd probably be unrecognizable by now.
Ashes. Now might be your best chance to bring that thing up. How to go about it. All right. So, yeah, the 4th floor blood, I think that's what's currently going off in my head here. Let me see what we got here. Luminol and Blacklight. Are you trying to support me or screw me over? Oopsies. Okay, no, this is not what we're going for. I'm trying to remember exactly how the script even went in the first place. This is good because my brain is so spotty that it's like answering these questions all over again. Oh yeah, let's talk about the burned evidence and, oh. No, that's not it. I thought we were going for the knife thing. Alright, so clothes, and then we got broken machine, snatches account, luminol. Nothing about that. Okay. Jesus, I'm trying to remember. I do feel like it has to be something to do with the 4th floor then. What was it? Shoot. Good news is that I have plenty of time to just randomly guess. Oh, right, yeah, there is the knife here. Son of a bitch. Here we go, here we go. That's what I was trying to gun for, but I didn't see the knife. And what's really frustrating is that I wish there were bigger dialogue windows that are a little bit easier to, they're all a very specific shaped JPEG or PNG file, and I would like them to be a little bit more moddable so that it's easier to see, like menus and such. But no, burn evidence and knife. Yeah, I didn't even see the knife. I thought that was like a back button. Password! Cool Blue. Skip directly to the non-stop debate 3. Finally, we get to bring this up. The knife that killed the owl was in the incinerator. You wanted to say that for a while now. Oh, no.
Oh.
You're aware of Conductor's thing for knives, and there's blood where it was found, and the owl was stabbed to death.
I shouldn't have interrupted you. Sorry, darling.
Anyone can stab anybody with a knife. How's this prove it was me?
That's kind of a signature thing.
That's it?
He's a peckneck.
That is one of the worst counter-arguments I've ever heard. only topped by the angry Red Lass saying it wasn't her, followed by her saying how much she despised the victim during trial 1.
Oh, shut up.
How the heck do I prove this?
Wasn't there anything there that had evidence to prove who killed the owl?
Let's think over that one. And of course, the background is now very strange.
Something that can prove who murdered the owl.
Actually, yeah.
Unless you and an
This
eyewitness,
looks familiar.
I don't think
Is this
that's
some sort of a
possible.
rhythm game? Oh no, it's Ape Escape pumped and primed apparently.
Well, unfortunately, nobody trusts our testimony.
For a second, I thought it was Osu for some strange reason. Not that I've ever played Osu, for God's sakes.
Maybe we could check the knife handle for a handprint.
The night's too melted for that.
Okay, the killer matters, but aren't you guys forgetting something? Which
It's
one?
cotton candy, says Empress. Okay, so I don't think there was any kind of handprint. Eyewitnesses. We got more options apparently. All right, let me think. White Ear's going on a bathroom break. Very well. No. Okay. Get in their grooves. All right, what do we have to prove here? Eyewitness. Which one? Handprint. I don't think there is anything to do with a handprint. Nothing about the trial rules. Oopsies. Don't get stuck on the can. Look this up. Knight did, though, says Peck. Very well. Okay, so, yeah, there definitely is nothing to do with a handprint with that knife. Is there a handprint? Oh, oops. Sorry. Alright, so it's not the class trial rules. Snatcher's account? What did Snatcher say previously? Oh, hey, which one? Class trial rules. There we go.
Oh, crap.
Oh, crap.
What's wrong?
What did the minion just say?
I'm asking which one matters.
Which one matters?
He's talking about Rule 11.
Rule 11, in the event multiple murders occur, the only one that matters is the first killer, as there can only be one blackened. The latter killer will essentially be pardoned. The only exception is killing the blackened, as that person will become the new blackened.
This
Okay.
means we only really need to focus on one killer. But we need to know who died first before we could do that.
Okay. So wait, did both of you kill people?
There's something we can use for that.
Snatcher file, MP3 player, or clock. I think I actually remember this particular answer. I think it's the MP3 player.
My Penguin's MP3 still up there?
Nope, I brought it with me.
Check the log. It might have a clue.
Okay, found it. He was listening to something at around 12:21:09, and the player was stopped at 1:27:54, then started again at 1:31:33, until I found and collected it at 5:53:12.
1:31:33 must be when he collapsed to the ground.
Okay, great. But we don't have a time for the owl.
Actually, yes we do.
You do?
What?
There was a broken thing up there with a giant pierce in it. I think that was on the owl when he got stabbed.
Ooh. Ryuka says they went over Rule 11, only one blackened at a time, first killer. Gotcha. The thing had a clock on it, amongst a lot of other functions.
That part still worked. I didn't write down the time, though. Ugh.
Oh, sad mustache.
Snatcher, can you bring it down here? Maybe we can get a clue from it.
All right, let's see what we got. This doesn't mean I did it. You still need to prove it, DJ Peckneck.
Whether I live or die, at least I can get away from you.
We probably should figure that out while we wait.
Okay, and now we're just here. Good lord. Even with the times, it's not going to help if we can't confirm the killer of the owl, and he wound up dead
The
first.
knife from the incinerator had to come from somewhere. Could the knife's origin answer that?
Maybe somebody from the broken gym could point us in the right direction.
What if someone took a picture?
Again, you'd need an eyewitness for that.
How could we figure this out? All right, the knife's origin. Broken gym. Took a picture. Broken gym. Something to do with that. The penguins. Okay, well, no, we're currently talking about. Oh, right. No? Okay, not that. Never mind. But I do feel like maybe the broken machine has got something to do with it. I feel like I just remembered that from working with the script, frankly. So I'm not even going to call that as a victory for me. Password discovered. Yellowy. Used to skip directly to non-stop debate 5. There we go. Take note.
Darling, you said that the weird science machine had a lot of different functions, right? Was there a camera? I know I'm grasping at straws, but...
I'm back! Also, this courtroom changed while I was gone. Sheesh.
Thatcher, does that thing have a camera, too?
Let me see here. What? Yes, it does. And guess what the last thing on it is? Hold on. It's the last thing he saw before he died. Taken at 1:31:19.
Uh-oh.
What did you say?
That's only 14 seconds off from when the penguin died.
This also means the owl died first, and you all know for a fact who did it.
Mr. Yellow Bastard!
How could this happen?
Enough stalling. Let's vote.
Yeah. Hold on. I want to know why this all happened. Conductor, why did you do it?
I barely remember what happened.
What do you mean you barely remember?
Forget it. Start the vote. I already know I've lost.
Shoot. Ding, 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 ding. We got a winner.
Conductor was caught as the blackened. I'm surprised you aren't fuming, bird brain.
Conductor pulls out a pipe bomb. Oh, Jesus Christ. If you remember Trial 4 where he made that... the pipe bomb, we remember.
Darling, have some dignity.
Good lord. Okay, so now Conductor is just a... he's a terrorist, straight up.
If I'm going down, you're coming with me!
Snatcher grabs him.
So that's why you weren't screaming in rage. Let me go! This is beckin' bullcrap!
I really don't understand how you can be so horrible.
Any last words before you die horribly?
Conductor's trying to stab at Snatcher, but can't.
Sorry, blue doesn't suit me. Guess you can't hurt me. Why, you... Well, I guess those were your last words. To the execution!
Huffy till the last minute. Oh, dear God! Worst way for him to die. Oh, it's okay. He's 2D. He'll survive. Oh, beep beep bastards. Oh, actually, no. Trains don't go beep beep. They go... Ouch. Alright, so we got a dead peckneck. And therein goes, my main character. And that's all that remains. Conductor was killed. You really can't think of much nice to say about him outside of his feelings towards the few family members we see around him. Yeah, he was kind of a huge jerk from start to finish, wasn't he? Also, I love the fact that his crossout is a couple of train tracks. To you, he will always be the second man to grooves. You wish you could say something about the penguin or owl, but you barely got to know them. But something just feels missing. You're gonna have a hard time getting it to sink into Grooves that he killed the penguin. Even after all this, he's still denying it. And that's odd. If he did and survived, why not admit it now? It's not like he's hiding. Hiding it will do anything anymore. So, right, yeah,
Did you know about that basement thing?
Yeah, that is a very interesting question. So, did Grooves kill that penguin? Or is he actually serious about that? What a mystery.
No, I didn't. I guess you were worried for nothing, though.
I'm glad I was worried for nothing. That means Bokid had no chance of screwing up the vote. She voted wrong during the third trial. Even with majority votes, if she voted wrong, she could have died.
In Trial 3, Snatcher stated you only get one warning for voting wrong.
And now we'll never know why the owl was screwing with this TV set in the spa.
I still don't really get that. Did he know this room has no cameras in it?
Maybe, but the secret of the TV died with him.
Is it ready yet? The fire, I mean.
I can't burn my contract yet with it being weird because I'll be a dweller, but these are usually fair game.
Hey.
Oh, hey, Mr. Peck Bastard.
You're not gonna question what we're doing at all?
What, you're having a camp out right in the middle of the spa? No, that's perfectly normal. I mean, no, I'm sulking.
Are you trying to simulate camping in the showers?
You're really out of it, aren't you?
You're sad because the penguin died, right?
Why did it have to be him?
Here, take the sunglasses off and let it out.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wait, I just realized he's wearing sunglasses indoors at night. Why is he?
Bad time to be asking that.
Hey, if anybody wants to wear their tinted sunglasses, they can. I'm trying to remember, what was that one song? I'll leave my sunglasses on, so I can.
Right, sorry.
Oh, god damn it. Well, now I'm extremely sad. Sometimes you just need to cry, though.
Are you feeling better now?
I don't know. I just want everything back to normal, where death wasn't permanent and life was fun and...
We weren't in this sick game in the first place?
Yeah, that.
The minion throws some contracts into the fire. They burn blue until a wisp puffs up and then out of existence. One wisp each.
I'm sorry, but can I have a shower here by myself?
Jesus, man. Oh, my heart.
Yeah. We're done here, right?
Yeah, they're off now. I guess we can go.
Why have you been in here so much recently? I doubt it's to wash away the stress of this.
There's no cameras in here.
No bother about that anywhere else, though. You don't need the boss coming after us.
Got it.
You get what that means?
I might have if I wasn't like this.
Well, at least you're seeing it.
Please don't mention we are meeting up like this. At all. Ever.
I won't.
Thanks. I'll be around if you need someone to talk to, okay?
I might take up that offer. Just not right now.
Near the spa's exit with the two as they're about to leave.
You think we should ask him for help with this now that he knows we're teaming up?
I don't know. I'm not sure if he'll emotionally recover by then.
To the people!
Culprit
Jesus,
that
okay.
attempted This murder was already dealt with?
Yeah, considering what they said, and that they looked like someone I know who is usually toward the back of the train, I knew it was the shapeshifter immediately. But how am I supposed to escape from them when I'm cornered at the front of the train?
Shapeshifter is the best descriptor for my assailant as well. I'm afraid I had to give him a timeout.
Oh no, Vanessa done killed again.
Okay, when you say time out,
She means the thing's frozen to death. Oh, yes, of course.
Of course she does.
I wouldn't say that. You make it sound like it's irreversible.
It's fun, actually, if you think about it, people are... I mean, we're currently attempting to try and figure out how you could, like, cryo-freeze somebody and actually make it safe. Because at the end of the day, you can't cryo-freeze a person and expect that they're going to survive. You know, like... The whole issue with freezer burn and the fact that, like, muscle tissue, it's just, like, it just gelatinizes after you put something in the freezer. You know, it's like you can't perfectly bring something back, like, 100%, especially the more time that it's currently left frozen. So yeah, science is still trying to figure out how to perfectly preserve and freeze something, but we're getting there. What I'm saying is, lady, no, you've murdered.
I thought it was.
what do you mean it's reversible?
They're just frozen solid with magic. If I can freeze them, I can just as easily unfreeze them. Unless I go overboard and they do die. But I'd have to be insane to do that. Are we finished with this mystery now?
Seems like it. Even though you're very worried she'll kill everyone, knowing how unstable she is.
Yes. My prince does have an interest in astronomy. Why do you ask?
What's his sign? What?
What's taking us so long to get to Deadbird Station? I need to request assistance immediately, or surely Subcon will be too far gone to save.
If Vanessa is both beta and pre-crazy, Subcon must have it bad.
Subcon has been assimilated by a strange, paper-like puppeteer.
What? Paper like... Oh no. Oh no! Oh no! Probably Moonjumper. Anyone that knows anything about the beta has heard of him.
Were you in Subcon when that happened too?
No, but word gets around fast. Welcome to my own personal... Oh, wait.
Hello. There we go. It's working. Hi.
That's good to hear. That means someone besides myself and the children escaped.
What children?
What the heck am I even looking at? Yeah, good question. What? I think I need to analyze this for a second. Holy shit. What? I don't remember this part of Metal Gear. What was the password we get from this part? Grobik. Okay.
Escaping was an ordeal. I believe the children needed free time after that.
Is anyone going to address the elephant in the room?
Which one? The fact that she can permanently keep people dead? Or the fact that she's crazy?
Well, that was rude. I assure you, I am quite sane.
Now, excuse me while I clean this knife with my, like, with my teeth and tongue only. She outlawed bacon because her boyfriend liked it too much.
It had it coming.
This chick needs therapy.
Okay, this is not good. You're gonna have to try and somehow explain to her that her boyfriend is the Moonjumper without her having a mental breakdown and freezing everyone to death forever. What the heck's happening now? Great, everything explode.
Oh, gold.
God.
Right. Oh, nice animation.
Wow. Is everyone okay?
Yay! Off orbit.
No.
Me neither.
I think I've had enough excitement for today. I need to lay down.
You're all on the moon, the loudest place next to the planet. Good luck sleeping. Where's the nearest hotel?
No idea.
Guess you'll have to look for it on your own. They all slowly get out of the train. Oh, hey, yeah, we're on the moon. Yee!
Alright, with me and Hat Kid helping work on this.
Wait, you didn't agree on that. Ryuka says, remember that part I said about the train crashing into the moon in older builds? Yeah. There.
Sheesh.
Again, there's a whole lot of just history of how older builds of Hat in Time did crazy, weird things. Maybe it'll come to you when you try for a bit.
Thanks. With the three of us and the owls working on fixing the train, it should be done in about, I'd say 2 to 3 days with the main function if we work regular hours. Or we work pretty fast.
I hope so. This train's important to us. Without it, we're out of a job.
Everyone starts going their separate ways, leaving Hat Kid, Timmy, Thor, Owl, and the 2 conductors by the train.
I think I've recovered thanks to your medic, but I'm pecking exhausted from so much excitement at once. I think I'm gonna crash at the nearest hotel for a while.
Can you ask why there are 5 conductors but only 2 are accounted for? 3 of them have gone rogue.
Shut up and work.
Thank pecking God she's gone. Finish that train ASAP. I don't want her coming with us.
Really?
What did she do that these 2 are keeping their distance and trying to get her away from them?
It's none of your business.
It's none of your business. You'll have to wait. You have an idea, but it might take a day. Yay, time to have a moon party. 30 minutes later, during repairs. Are we there yet? I like that face. You can't tell if he answered or is just making an annoyed expression. Why not both?
Both.
Yeah, there we go. Thor notices a shadow moving in the train.
Hey, I think someone's still in the train.
Oh, no. Odd, we're still buffing out the exterior's dense and everyone evacuated already. Well, you might as well take a look. Hat Kid enters the train to find them. What the heck, bruh?
What did you do to our train?
You seriously need some help piecing this together. Several minutes later...
How did this happen to him? How did my brother become young enough to be my grandkid?
It's baby, doctor! Hello!
It's not easy to explain how time distortion works, but he was probably affected by it after he died.
And you're willing to bet he died very, very recently. Yeah, he was run over by a train, in fact. You think you know what happened recently in the Killing Game, assuming you do know who that kid is.
How am I... What the... I don't understand what's going on anymore. How do I even begin to fix this?
Give it a couple of years. He'll be back to his regular, age and the exact same frustration that you usually get out of Conductor. If not, actually, you probably get a little bit more considering he's young and probably very impatient with anything.
What do you mean I cannot do it? Are you saying he's stuck like this?
Not unless he wants to kill him and see if he gets a better reroll, but you doubt he'd be fine with that. Yes, kill the child.
Of course I'm not fine with that.
That kid, Timmy, you know about this time stuff, right? Isn't there any other way that they can fix this?
You could if adult yourself or Tim would show up and fix everything already. Where is he? The bathroom? Oh dear. Yeah, I'd say he's in the bathroom.
There's nothing we can do. We lost him.
I don't know if this is any consolation, but at least he's here and not frozen.
You're right. It isn't consolation. Even if the fact that he's still here is true, we still basically lost him. I should help Greg care for Red. Just keep working on the train.
Can your adult self, or Tim, the CEO of Time, fix this? All of this?
The CEO of Time. Between the two, you'd bank on Tim. Problem is that he's eccentric and kind of unstable sometimes. You wouldn't begin to know where to look.
Even if we did find him, there's a limit to what he can do without time breaking apart. I guess if timelines are merging together, the effects must be difficult to comprehend and deal with.
You got that right, buddy. What is even happening in this story anymore? Ryuka says, Tim is the CEO of Time from the oldest history of the game. In the final release, he's a frozen statue in the Manor's second floor bathroom. What a sad way to go. Right, timelines are merging, which makes it multiple times worse. You'd have to revert them back, but with several different timelines, data mixing together. In other words, Conductor is stuck like this with no chance of going back. Maybe if they weren't merging, it'd be much more possible. So Conductor is just Babby forevermore? Amazing.
And I take it using the timepieces to go back would add more layers of an alternate timeline weirdness and just make it all worse.
Tim's still your best shot. With your adult counterpart as the runner-up, unfortunately, you are very far from the nearest bookstore to try that. One step at a time, we gotta fix the collision first, then go from there.
Is time always this complicated?
God, yes. Time does what it feels like at the moment, more often than not. Okay, back to the train repairs, then we'll sort all this confusing stuff out. And now it's, oh Jesus, look at look at the owly boy. I didn't expect him to have a chiseled chin.
You said I'm gonna get kicked off the train by the conductors if I don't help out?
Yes, that's the lie you came up with to get him to show up.
Ugh, I do want to get back to my normal routine of science, but I still need to process everything that just happened to me.
Yes, you got stabbed. What else is there? Well, okay, what happened exactly?
Well, I should put this into context. You know how the Science Express is, you know, a train?
You get ready for a whole bunch of sciencey gobbledygook, just gonna say. Yeah, what's wrong with that?
By normal logic, the layout. It's inconsistent and not a straight shot like a normal train would usually be. All of these huge branching side rooms would make it look much different.
Have you ever thought about that, by the way? The fact that the entirety of the train level is just like, all right, why are we in this gigantic room? Wasn't this supposed to be a train? What is happening? That is pretty weird.
Long story short, the doors use a type of teleporter technology to operate like this. It's complicated, and there's lots of intricacies on how it works, like a crisis such as this, where the train crashes, switches that activate certain rooms, etc.
That makes sense.
Okay, with that out of the way, you know how you've all been brushing off the idea that the human detective, fish, and giant worm were all in TV land?
Those ding-dongs were telling the truth? I like that. I like that, that insult, ding-dong.
Oh, I see now. You use that tech on a TV set using its data network?
I would have tried making a door, but I couldn't scrounge up enough spare parts. The best lab I had to work with was a frickin' bio lab I only got access to about 2 weeks ago or so. The test run proved it wouldn't stay on for long, so I was cutting things close as is.
Null says, imagine Snatcher calling you a ding-dong. Ding-dong! You take it that sucked.
It really wouldn't have if the guys I ran into weren't so annoying. And as soon as I get back to the train, I just about died because of that shapeshifter.
Those three strike you as,
Hey dude, you wanna buy some rad merch?
Oh god, yep, here's all the ding-dongs.
It's pretty tubular, dude. These clothes are like the fine artisan wheat of pasta, or the fog behind a corpse's truth. Few truly understand it. I sell magnifying glasses too. I'll take 10.
Okay. Unscientific.
I didn't even think about that. How the heck did they get into the TV?
We'll leave that for later. It's not what you wanted to ask about.
What did you want to ask then?
The whole conductor situation, there's 5 of them. Yeah, very good question. There's 5 conductors over the entirety of the storyline. Jesus.
We agreed to specifically not talk about that again. Ever.
So only 3 of them are alive? Are they all dead? Come on, the green one jumped out of the window when Vanessa appeared. So did she freeze them? Come on, answer the question. We want answers, damn it.
Oh, shoot. I forgot about that.
Timmy, shush! We don't talk about it.
Vanessa froze 2 of them in her manner.
Oh dear.
One on the first floor near the entrance, the other on the second floor in the kids' room.
So there are 2 Jesus! Pecknexicle. Editor's note, in the beta and alpha version of the game, 2 conductor statues were present. Side note, the alpha version wasn't ice powers, it was stone powers. Ooh. Yeah, I only just recently learned from that, from reading my script. I'm like, ooh, stone powers, really? I mean, that would make sense, considering a whole lot of the elements of the ice power was, I don't know, it did involve, like, it would make sense if it wasn't an ice statue and it was an actual just statue.
Why do we have to bring this up again?
Who forced you to explain it the first time?
What do I gotta lose? Red. He was Red from a different timeline, though.
Wait. Is he referring to the one you know that makes movies and is trapped in a killing game with a half dozen other people, including an owl? That does science?
It's only been 3 weeks. Do you really not recognize me?
Yep, same owl. No! And he bailed from the killing game. How the heck did he do that?
It really wasn't easy. And if the connection was stable enough for more than one person going through, I would have tried rallying everyone out at once, but I couldn't do it.
Snatcher's gonna go mental. Is everyone dead? Are we too late?
Let's just say that robot AI are much easier to build than teleporters.
A robot. As in a robot duplicate of yourself.
Let's call him Alter Ego. So I made Alter Ego in advance secretly, so Snatcher wouldn't get wise that there were 2 of me running around.
So it turns out there's an AI Alter Ego of this guy that's been running around that we didn't know about. Turns out this is the real one. And he almost died from a stab wound. Luckily he didn't.
I was lucky in eavesdropping on the minion, who was talking about the spa having no cameras in it, and began working there from that point on with any scrap I could get. Once I got the teleporter working a second time, I started on the robot, which took almost no time at all. All I had to do was copy my memories to data and insert it into the robot, with some editing so that the robot didn't do the exact same thing, and there's an infinite loop and infinite robots of me running around everywhere.
That particular thing reminds me of, oh geez, I used to watch a lot of, like, Halo machinima back in the day. I forget exactly what video it was from, but there's this one line that I remember very fondly. It was at this, I forget, some sort of a repair depot or just some kind of a robot plant or some kind of, like, you know, construction plant for electronics and gigantic metal things. And they had, like, this robot AI android that was walking around fixing things, and so the robot android went and made an android, and then again one thing led to another, and there was a ton of them. And the only reason I remember this part of the video is because there was a Canadian owner of the entire plant who was being asked questions, and he was just like, oh, you know how it goes, you build an android, and well, then he builds an android, and well, before you know it, you got a whole shitload of fucking androids. I don't know why, but I really love that line.
When did you do this?
5 days ago. I don't know if Alter Ego made it out or not. If it died, I hope it was convincing enough that Snatcher won't outright kill everyone to make sure they're dead and hadn't escaped.
You know the robots have feelings, right?
Don't you get it? I discovered a way to get in there. If I can perfect this, then I could make a perfect version that won't crap itself after a single use.
And then you could save the survivors.
Exactly.
You know, treating robots like that might come back to haunt you.
Do you have a better idea given those circumstances?
No.
I thought so. We can discuss the ethics of robotics later.
Kill the robots. Yeah, what happened with the 2 frozen conductors? You still don't get your... You still didn't get your answer. Come on, talk about it already.
Why not just ask Timmy? He knows.
He could understand him in the entire time and he didn't translate?
Yeah, I am mad you tried saying I did it.
Oh, good Time Lord. Is he talking about Trial 1? Timmy, stop doing bad things.
What do you mean she crashed a cruise ship?
Oh, yeah, you aren't exactly sitting pretty in that regard either. A lot later, at Mafia Town's hidden meeting room.
Greetings, child.
Ooh.
I sell many badges from around the world.
Okay, I'm really liking your voice here. Sweet. You haven't bought badges in forever. Badge seller, join the group. Da 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 ba da.
I will be around if you want to do business. Tell your friends about me if you like our goods.
Our goods?
Yes. Our goods. Have you not met other sellers of badges?
You kind of thought there was just one. Badge sellers can be seen on some of these subcon paintings which are shown to have people in them. Having a painting with a badge seller next to a badge seller, and you essentially have 2 in the same location. Oh, okay. That's weird to think that the badge sellers are, like, many. There's some kind of a strange collective. Let's talk to Walter and Greg, eh? This event may vary.
I can't believe our brother came
Right.
back to us like
Let's listen to the 2 Pecks talk for an hour.
He's keeping his distance because he doesn't understand what's happening.
I don't understand what's happening.
I guess all we can do is raise him ourselves.
What the heck? How? Just how? How did this happen?
Why do we need to take care of our baby brother who is now at... I don't know. Actually, that's a good question. Are these guys younger than what Conductor is supposed to be? Or, like, would he have been the younger brother? And if that's the... I don't know. All I know is that they're probably not the best parents.
I wish I knew.
Walter and Greg achieved... support.
Hello, fellow detective.
Oh, Jesus. Is he back to ask for house searching advice?
No, I'm actually looking to ask about this killing game you said several others are trapped in. Perhaps I could find a clue during my investigating.
A clue? You doubt he'll find anything, but you tell him what you can.
Grooves and Conductor Red are quite famous. I'll ask about them. Besides that, there's the courtroom conflict that everyone is in.
Was that it?
That was all I wanted to ask about. There aren't any updates on the housing situation.
Maybe someone should make some houses or apartments at Deadbird so it isn't so full, isn't full of so much nothing.
I know, right? It's annoying getting work around there when there's a whole lot of nothing to do there. At least the desert has people in it.
I mean, they've got a whole bunch of trophies and they can show those off. And they've got a lot of memorabilia. I mean, like, why would you need anything else? Who needs a bed? Caw and Hat Kid have achieved B support. Also, the freaking jet... What's the jet... Timmy and Janitor achieved C support. Bullshit. Alright. Oh god, the cooking kittens. Alright, I want. Well, the seal burned the building down making a salad. They can't screw up much more than that.
Okay, let's try again. Put the bun on the patty. Okie dokie.
The seal proceeds to put the bun on correctly. For now.
Okay. Now spray ketchup on it.
Let's spray a cute bit of heart on it.
Ah. Seal proceeds to not screw up.
Now turn the stove off.
Turning it.
Fuck.
You twisted it the wrong way.
I don't know why you have a stove that chooses to explode when you turn it up to high, but holy shit.
I'll go get some water to put out the fire. Please don't. We have a fire extinguisher handy. All the grease from the burgers will just make water cause more trouble. I got water! You didn't listen to me at all, did you?
The seal proceeds to pour more water on it until the smoke alarm goes off, and then the sprinklers go off, and then the fire's growing. Oh god!
Have you considered a different career option? Maybe I could be a butler. How about a demolitions expert instead?
I feel like if they were a demolitions expert, they would somehow build a building.
That stuff's scary. And this isn't?
F support.
What the peck is this thing?
Hi, I'm Ruby. Hello.
What are you? A talking vacuum cleaner?
Pretty much. Please move out of the way of the dirt. You are standing right in it. You are dirt. I mean, what?
Walter steps out of the way.
Thank you.
Rumi continues sweeping past him.
I wonder if we could get one of those. It'd save us a lot of time cleaning up the train. Or maybe I can convince the owls to make one to clean up their workspace. I better bring it up to them before I forget.
C support. Okay, janitor and seal. Oh, Jesus. Aw.
Look at him.
Hello. Are you sweeping? Do you want some help? I'll do my very best.
Oh, no. He seems displeased.
I'm back.
The seal crashes right into the janitor after getting a bucket of water for the mop. Great.
Owie. I'm sorry. Oh.
The janitor rushes towards the seal, mop in hand.
I'm sorry. I won't bother you.
The seal books it. He seems relieved that the seal ran away. Seal and janitor see somehow that's C. Okay.
You're a backer, right?
Yeah, that's me. There's also A if you want to talk to him.
According to years of intensive research, we have several conclusions on the intellect of the world's inhabitants.
Okay.
After several tests, we concluded that the smartest of all are Kickstarter backers.
Isn't that right, people who kickstarted the game? Wink, wink.
What?
Editors note the owl's clipboard they throw at you say this.
I would like to request assistance in creating the teleporter I'm working on.
Not to rain on your parade, but you're seriously asking the wrong person for this.
But years of research went into this. Are you certain you're not selling yourself short?
I like throwing exploding potions and blowing things up because it's fun. The only reason I joined was boredom. I'm not an idiot, but I think you need to redo your calculations because I'm not a super genius.
So you wouldn't know how to turn a TV into some form of teleportation device?
Have you tried throwing a timepiece at it to see if it makes a rift?
Wait, I think you're onto something.
That was supposed to emphasize the point that I'm not good at this. Don't actually do that.
No, you're definitely onto something. I gotta look into this. Stat!
Oh god, he's playing with time again. C support. End this! Peck says I only found out about this game 1 year ago. Oh, whoa. And Empress says, dang, it's already been a year since I've been in this fandom. Ah, time flies so fast. Alright, let's end this level. Now it's time for your awards for not failing the challenges or doing them all. Yeah. First, the credits. Took a lot of peckin' people to make this possible, so let's give them the recognition for it. Thanks to JDWMGB for beta testing the level. Credit to me, hello. Manok Adobo, Classic Times, Dr. Tree Frog, X-Wasp, Wolf O'Clock, Monica Ward, Matt Barr, Tom Patarka, No Idea, and the Para Fox Archangel for lending their voices for the project. And thanks to JDWMGB and Super Cool Sonic for helping figure out a major issue preventing the level from cooking properly in the editor. The level couldn't be made without their help, because the level needs cooked in order to be played without the editor. Dip-a-dip. Here's a rift token for playing the bonus round of Wheel of Fortune. Or, you know, here's a rift token for getting through the first non-stop debate. Here's a chilly piece of fabric for getting through the second non-stop debate. Here's some dwellery yarn for completing debate 3. Here's some fast-running yarn for getting through 4th debate. So much yarn that I don't need to use. Here's a rift token for proving, once and for all, who the Blacken was and saving the day. Yay! Oh, hello. Okay, apparently we're not done. And thus, this chapter comes to a fateful close. The choice has been made, the bird was killed, and nothing can change that. Or can it? How was that? Did that sound cool and ominous or important or something? Oh, was I supposed to make that cool or ominous? Or can it? Hey, Ryuka. Hello, everyone who plays this mod. I'm the guy that made the thing. Okay, that's not very specific. I'm the mod creator, Ryuka Ruki. Unless I change my username, but I don't see that happening in the near future. And I'm here to tell you that this level isn't quite over yet. You've probably seen some all-caps yellow text like Yellowy, or Cool Blue, or Second Man, right? Well, write or type those down. Therefore, the cheat code screen you saw at the start of the level. You were already told what 3 of these do. The 3 colored ones let you skip to specific sections of the level, but the rest have different effects from that. For example, Sal 3000 lets you hear a commentary written by me. Yay, director's commentary. Just stop a gay man. I recommend waiting until you did everything else, but hey, I can't stop you. If you don't remember that password from the level, it's because this is a part I'm supposed to tell you it. While we're on the subject of missing passwords, you don't have all 9 of them. At this point, you should have Second Man, Sal 3000, Red Man, Cool Blue, and Yellowy, as well as 2 others. So yes, note that thing. That's oddly worded. 5 specifically stated passwords, except 2. It's almost as if there's a second root and a second password, exclusive to each. I'm subtle! Jokey ways of wording this aside, there's a second route you probably didn't go through yet. To clarify how to get it, spell it out. You type Second Man into the password screen and make a choice. You'll know what to pick when you see the screen. That's pretty much all I've got for now. If you missed the 2 passwords your first time through this route and don't feel like going through the entire level, fear not. There's a solution. You just gotta Google them. No, I'm not joking. You can seriously Google them. I didn't pull these passwords from thin air. There is a pattern. Well, I guess that covers it. You're interested in this commentary, I'll see you there. Oh, and to return to the very beginning of the level, interact with the TV screen in the hub area and the spaceship. As soon as you press the button, you're committed, so keep that in mind. Very well. Ryuka says you really can Google them to find the rest. Yeah, it sounds like that's referencing something very specific. I will not, just because I'd like to leave some portions of story for everybody else to take a look at themselves. Because yes, there is a secondary branch of the story that you might be interested in seeing. It's a slightly different performance from me and from many other people. There's a heck of a lot of extra writing just to work around certain aspects of it, I will say, without dropping any serious spoilers. I'm gonna give a little... Oh, hey, I'm still carrying the stick. For God's sake. I'm gonna give a little bit of critique when it comes to this. I'd say this was fairly good, but I've got some major problems with it in pretty much all of the different ways that I have played these mods. There's a couple of things that are very awkward about them. It's very explainy without showing, and that's one thing that's very difficult when it comes to anything story-driven. Like, it tends to tell you a lot of the plot without actually showing it, and I know that can get a little bit difficult, considering that's a lot of extra work that has to go into the, the experience. Like, I know mods are not an easy thing to make, but I will say, I feel like the plot would have been a little bit easier to follow had there been a little bit more cutscene work done. So, show don't tell, major writing rule. there's a hell of a lot of tell happening within this story, as well as there's a lot of explanations for jokes that, like, if you didn't explain it, it would go over somebody's head. And I don't necessarily know if that is a good way to try and tell a story. I would much rather have something that is a lot more concrete and understandable, like right from the beginning. You know, it's like, if you followed up from this point, I should be able to get as many references as possible. That's very difficult to do, considering a lot of it is based off of obscure little fun facts about the development of the game, which they're neat to learn, but at the same time, I don't entirely know if that's a good thing to base the entirety of your story around. Especially if, like, people don't exactly know about it. I feel like it would make a little bit more sense if the explanations are made more in sense of, like, the plot. If that very directly lines up with the plot, like a major story arcs. If anything, I almost feel like the story could have been a little bit slower, and certain events could be going on based on previous elements of the past of the Hat in Time's development. Like there could be an entire extra bit of the story arc that spans an entire mod that can go into detail about the different lineages of the Bird Brothers. And it just feels like we get to that plot point, and then we stick with it for about a period of about 30 seconds, and then we move directly from it. I feel like it would be a lot easier to understand, and it would be a little bit more entertaining to watch if there was a little bit more time stuck to it. Now, that being said, that's going to take a little bit of extra time, but at the same time, I think that would help it stick in the brain a little bit, and it would make a whole lot more of the set pieces not just make more sense, but make them feel a little bit more valuable. In general, a lot of the plot related with the Danganronpa mods, I'm gonna say it feels pretty rushed. Like, I'm trying to think of a good example of something else that it's a whole lot of speaking, but a whole lot of, like, not much entertainment. It's kind of my thoughts about it. Kippy says more diegetic. You mean no, not digest. I think that's a pretty good word to say it. Like it's easier to digest something when it's not as like info heavy, and this series is definitely very info heavy. So I would say like I don't know if there's much that you can do to really fix the Danganronpa mod specifically, since it's already pretty caked in a lot of different plot lines and plot diversions and whatnot. It's kind of already its own thing. But for future projects, I would say try and slow down with the information and try and show more than tell, because I feel that kind of helps keep the viewer interested. I think that's a pretty good way to go about it. Kippy says diegetic, meaning presenting information in a way that makes sense in universe and seems more natural to the setting. Something like that. So I guess that's kind of my main issue when it comes to the plot. And the other thing is that I definitely respect all of the voice actors that lent their voices and whatnot. But the problem that I had with version 4 still persists in this version here, in that everybody kind of has differing mod quality, and the audio levels for everybody's mics are extremely different from each other. Performance quality as well differs extremely from person to person. And I'm not going to say any particular people on the stream just because I don't want to call out in particulars. If Ryuka was at all curious at all, I could tell him in person, in private through DMs. But there are certain people that I feel they aren't quite set and good for certain castings. It just feels like their voice is not quite right for the role that they have been cast for. Like, some of these are just spot on. They're just like, oh my god, yes, that is absolutely the character that we're gunning for. Yes. But then there's other ones that I kind of tilt my head. It's like, I don't see it. So again, I'm not going to point out any specifics just because I don't want to be a jerk about it. But again, I would have a little bit more of a quality. I don't know, just like a standard for quality when it comes to getting people to voice the mods and and that kind of thing, as well as also I don't know. I think there should be some quality assurance when it comes to the lines as well. I don't necessarily know if you can, but perhaps get somebody who can directly work with all of the audio and try and at least make it somewhat coherent and sound similar to each other. Like, for differing mods, there's only so much you can do. But I think a little bit of quality assurance within the VA section would improve this significantly. For something that is so dialogue heavy, I definitely think it would be worth it to have good performances and make sure that everything is clear and concise. Like that is a huge portion of it if you're going to have that much dialogue, which again, it's extremely dialogue heavy. Look, if you don't have a lot of visuals to work with, the dialogue and how people deliver their plot lines is going to make a world of a difference. I'm just going to say. Ryuka does say, for a fan project, the voice lines will do. I just kind of don't expect everyone to have 5-star performances. It's like mine. Oh, shut up, Ryuka. Shut thine face. But it is a pretty fun, entertaining thing to go through. As time has moved on, it does feel like there's a lot less room for failure. Probably by design, just to try and side-skirt any kind of crashing, which I'm not 100% certain if crashing is still an issue with it. Yakippy says it definitely is visual style, novel style. Absolutely. But yes, I don't think there's anything else that I really need to say. Okay, Ryuka says crashing shouldn't be an issue. You can't die. So it like the illusion of the crash, the illusion of danger, which it is possible to pull that kind of thing off. So, and if you can, then it makes an experience like that much better. I know that Nintendo does that a lot. Where, like, you know, they throw you into a circumstance where you feel like, oh god, I'm gonna fail. And then it turns out, oh, actually, no, I was not going to fail at any point there. Nice. Ryuka says, if you miss a timer, you don't get your Rift token or your yarn. Ah, that explains it. Well, luckily, I needed quite a few Rift tokens there, because I wiped my save, and now I just need a whole bunch of them. Okie dokie, let me grab this guy. Hello, guitar. Chuck. Rare stickers appealed in the Twilight Bell. Sorry, I'm stuck in the I think I'm still stuck in like the whole courtroom drama kind of thing going on. All right. Well, yes, this has been a while, and I got myself a pizza that I need to cook. Like I said, I got some dough sitting and waiting for me. So I'm going to take off. Thanks, everybody, for coming out to this stream, especially thanks to people who did any kind of extra donations and whatnot, or any kind of extra follows or subscriptions, which we did. We had Frostine subscribe. Thank you very much for that. It's not necessary to do any kind of subscription types of stuff, but I'm very thankful when you do, because I can take that and I can put it towards improving the stream or picking up supplies and things for the show. I got a couple of things in particular that I need to pick up if I want to do some specific games. So, yeah, one day I'll have all that stuff together. Anyways, at some point I'll be editing this down and uploading it to the YouTube, which, it's gonna be a while just because I got a heck of a lot of a backlog to work on. I stream on Saturdays, Sundays, and Wednesdays, all of them starting at around 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. Alright, I don't really know when I'm gonna do the next Hat in Time stream. I'm kind of, comfortable. Oh, Jesus, Kippy just sent 100 bits. Alright. Let me refresh the credits, just so we can, see that on here. There we go. Thank you very much, Kippy. Again, I'm thinking maybe next Wednesday I might go ahead and just dive into Hat in Time one more time, just to take a look at a whole bunch of the maps that I've got for the Vacation Jam, as well as some others. Alright, I'm gonna take off now. Again, thank you very much for coming out. See you next time.